What's going on, guys? Filthy here, or Ryan, whatever you want to call me. I haven't been posting anything. I'm on Filthy Miata on my YouTube channel because my car has been on jack stands for a few weeks for a couple different reasons. First, it was just tires, and then after that, it was I had a rear control arm issue that ended up not being the actual control arm itself. As you can see, the car is once again on jack stands, but yeah, so there's a pretty hefty size rod or pin that goes through the rear lower control arm, and that was completely bent, which was causing a lot of alignment problems, a lot of just stability problems, I guess. The car was really shaky and bouncy. So I got that taken care of. Actually had to take it to the shop, and they had to cut and torch it out. And as you, I don't know if you'll be able to see, the lighting is not so great right now, but these were brand new tires, and now they're shit. Now they're just shit. And that took about a month to destroy 2 brand new tires. So now I'm waiting on, I got the whole situation fixed. I could technically drive the car tomorrow and not worry about that so much, but I don't know if you'll be able to see. There is some camber. I know it's kind of hard, the car is jacked up in the front and everything, but there's some camber, and I ordered some rear upper adjustable control arms to help so I could adjust the camber as needed, and those should be here in a few days. So hopefully I'll be able to get some time to go through that process and taking the old ones off and putting the new ones on. And after that, I'm gonna have to get tires in alignment, of course. If you're messing with any type of suspension parts or like control arms, the tie rods, inner tie, like all that kind of stuff, you always are gonna need to do alignment. So that'll be next thing on my list. But now, as you can see, I have the lip removed, which I decided to film after I already removed it. So here it is. I kind of sprayed it down, wiped it down real quick. But what I'm going to do is, as you guys could see, there's this giant crack right in the middle of it, and that actually happened like the first month I was driving. Just underestimated the depth of a driveway and didn't realize how low I was. Came in a little too hot, not enough angle, and just completely just fucking demolished this. So what I am going to do, and I already kind of started to see how this would work, but I'm going to drill holes along the outside of this crack and get my big bag of zip ties here and just do a little stitching. Shout out to Harbor Freight. Big ass bag of zip ties for pennies on the dollar. And then what I was thinking about doing is just getting some spray paint and then just painting over this, because there are some scuffs where the previous coat's like really chipping off, and it's not that big of a deal. I'm not a whole lot worried about the way this lip looks, as long as it's not like shredded into pieces and just barely hanging on. So I am going to do that now, and I don't have like a proper drill bit, so what I'm going to be using is this little attachment and a self-tapping screw, and I'm just gonna fucking wing it, see how it works. Now the idea of this, what you want to, try to do is stick to the outside of the crack of the area you want to work. And since this isn't an actual bumper or a body panel or anything, I'm not worried about the whole prepping. I'm not going to tape it off and make sure I don't scuff up any other, parts, unnecessary areas. So I'm just going right in. And with this, as you can see, there is like a part that folds. Now I don't want to, drill through. As you can see, this screw is pretty long. I don't want to drill through and just start like fucking this part up. You never know, it might start shredding or cracking and start hanging off and look super tacky, which this is already going to look kind of tacky, but hey, there's a will, there's a way. We'll make it work. Now, see, as you can see here, you got the two holes right there. For some reason this one looks a little bigger than that one, but what I'm going to do is just take a zip tie. Just want to put that in there and just see if that is going to be able to work with that. So that second hole for some reason seems a little smaller. I'm not sure how this one came out a little bigger, but I'm gonna mess with this a little bit and see if I could get this a little bit bigger so I could get that zip tie in there. And bada bam, bada boom. There we go. So I'm going to continue this process, and probably not going to stop a whole lot to keep going over each individual one. I'm probably going to try to do maybe, I don't know, say about a finger, maybe a finger and a half length. Not too much. You don't want to do too much space to where you have a lot of slack in the zip ties and it's not really pulling any of this tight. So, and you don't want to do too close, so when you screw in the next hole, it just takes out too much material, and then you have two holes that just kind of blend together. So I'm gonna keep doing that and try to knock some of this out before it gets too dark. Alright, so got the few holes, as you can see. Now I'm just gonna continue that along and get part 2 started. So this will be the end of part 1, where I'm just gonna continue that, and then part 2 probably show more of the zip tie stitching and get the lip painted and put back on the car. So stay tuned. If you're interested in checking out how this turns out, go ahead and hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, turn your noties on, and then as soon as I get this next video put up, we'll figure out and see how it goes. So thank you guys for stopping by and checking in and checking out the video. So I'll catch you in the next one. Later.